like we're going to have northeast winds for the next 2 days, maybe 2.5 days. And Lake and I are over here at Togo. We're kind of changing up a little bit. We're at Togo, and Jimmy and Troy and Jordan are over at Cottonmouth. See a little new scenery, and we've been seeing a lot of deer over here the last couple weeks. And I'm just sitting here looking where would be some good spots. We got about a 70% chance of rain at 5 o'clock, so it gets dark around 5:15, 5:20. So probably what I'm thinking, since we do have rain coming this evening, we'll probably just go sit in the shooting house so we can at least hunt this afternoon, but not worry about getting drenched. And then I got a couple ideas for in the morning, and we'll also look for ducks. We've got quite a few ducks on the place right now. But for the first 2 hunts, we're going to probably do a food plot this evening, and maybe watch a long, narrow lane in the morning. After that, Lake and I are going to hit the woods, walking, scouting. May hunt out of climbers, may put some hang-on millenniums up. We don't know yet, but got some good weather ahead, and the rut's just around the corner.
Hello, I'm Wilbur Primos. All these hunts are exactly as they happen. There's no fancy edits, there's no stage scenes. The calling you're going to hear is excited calling, but all these hunts are as they actually happen, and that's why we call it the truth about hunting.
When the truth began in 1987, we had no idea where this journey would take us. 30 years later, we're still having fun. Welcome to Primo's Truth About Hunting. Primo's Truth About Hunting is brought to you by Bushnell, Savage, Federal, Matthews Archery, Drake, Mossy Oak, Polaris, and Primo's Hunting. Speak the language.
See what get some duck. Yeah. On Monday we got 60% chance of rain. Tuesday 70% chance of rain. Seems like it always rains on Monday, Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And Wednesday high 56, Thursday high 60. I've seen a whole lot worse forecast than that. Well, I certainly was expecting to see a few more deer than Lake and I saw today. We saw 2 small bucks and a little small doe. We're gonna go make a little hunt in the morning, and we're gonna go do some looking around and either hunt out of climbers tomorrow afternoon or go hang a couple hang-on millenniums during the middle of the day for tomorrow evening. So kind of slow today, but it's okay. Weather's changing. Usually it's slow when the weather's changing. It'll be pretty and sunny tomorrow. We'll be back after.
Brad was right about the clear, cold morning ahead, but evidently the deer didn't get the memo as to where he and Lake were set up.
Well, Lake and I are gonna call it a morning. We did end up seeing a small buck come through and a doe come out down there feeding, so it wasn't completely, it's not traveling yet. We're gonna go look at one spot for maybe take some climbers and deer hunt this afternoon. Go back and get a little lunch, but at least we saw a few. Talked to Jordan and Troy this morning. They were at Cottonmouth. They saw a few deer too. I don't think they saw any shooters either. So, but we'll just keep going after it until we figure it out. What we found is a very unfriendly tree in the perfect place. We tried to talk ourselves out of it, but the more we looked in the trails and the side and the acorns and the scrapes, it's the best option.
Brad and Lake decide to skip a few mornings of hunting and do some scouting. They're gonna hang a few stands, put up a ground blind or two, and based on the rising river and expected cold front, they hope they pick the right spots. Brad is focused on looking for edges of travel. These edges are caused by 2 things here at Togo: the rising river and where timber meets old clear cuts. During mid to late season, when cover is minimal, it's these edges that deer will use while traveling from bedding to feeding areas. And with the pre-rut on our heels, buck should be cruising up and down these edges, looking for does.
You know, we had two different wind apps we were looking at. One called for northwest and back to southeast, and Abaddon we get over here and it's straight north. So our ground blind we put up this morning, we can't hunt, not even gonna try it. You know, it just goes to show when hunting, and this is a thing that drives me crazy, but it also drives me, is here we are, there's not been a gunfire on this plot at Togo all year, not one round shot. And this is a food plot that we typically will see 15 to 25 deer afternoon on. And today one spike came out. It just goes to show that they're all on this natural food. We had another one of our members. He was just hunting in a cutover, just was a bunch of stuff. That's where Lake and I are going close to there tomorrow, and he saw 25. It's okay. We're gonna focus on the 2-star at daylight in the morning, because it ain't working like tradition does.
This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Height Spot Quivers, Black Gold, and Ripcord.
Well, Lake and I got us a pretty exciting little spot right on the bank of the river for this afternoon. I went in there yesterday and did a little looking around, and it was really a lot of deer in there. It's some real thick, and food plot was just destroyed yesterday. So we're gonna take this stand, and we got a ladder stand there. We're gonna put it above it for Lake. Kind of hot today, 72, 3, 4 degrees, whatever it is, but it's rut time, so hopefully that'll keep them bucks a little bit stirring around. Life is good. Whitetails are starting to rut, and ducks are starting to come south for the winter. Lake and I barely got in the tree. When we walked in here, there was a button buck already in the food plot. I mean, we no more got our stuff in the tree, and that little 4-point walked out. And he keeps looking back. I don't know if there's something else coming over, but he keeps looking over to our right. We got a south wind hitting us right in the face. A little bit warm, but I'm pretty encouraging the deer are moving. We hadn't been here, like I said, literally 5 minutes. We were right on the bank. Mississippi River's 100 yards to my right. I'm anticipating a good afternoon. I know it's going to be a fun one no matter what. The deer's looking over to the left now.
The definition of rubbernecking goes as follows. The constant left to right motion of your head, controlled by your neck muscles, that seems to last about 3 hours or until dark. This is a direct result of deer already feeding in the plot upon your arrival. This is exactly what Brad and Lake are experiencing this warm December afternoon here on the bank of the Mississippi River. The 2 young bucks that were in the plot earlier moved on, and the only other deer that showed up was a yearling doe. But in true southern whitetail tradition and right about dark 30, this high, wide, and heavy-horned swamp donkey appears like a ghost out of thin air at the far end of the plot.
Oh, right there, back right. Good buck. Coming right in the edge of the field, coming straight at us. That's a pretty nice deer. Oh yeah, I'll shoot him if he's old enough. He looks like it facing, we'll see from the side. I think it's broadside, I'll shoot him. Okay, as soon as the other one gets out from behind it. Okay, right there, you ready? Yeah. sitting there, and I came here to scout, and I was just so excited about this spot when we get here. We saw deer early, and then that buck came out, and we looked at him good. My first thought was 4.5, but the more I looked at him, I think he might be a year older than that. Just being on the bank of the river and seeing a mature deer and looking at that sunset. You know, if it wasn't for struggles, the rewards like this wouldn't be near as good, you know? And he's gonna be a, what, 215, 220 pound buck at least. These kind of deer like this, we shoot, once they get 4 and 5 years old, if we have what's called management tags here. We have them at Cottonmouth, we have them here at Togo, and a deer like this that's over 4.5 years old, it doesn't score 125, we get tags from the state, and we can shoot them. We had a fun day. I was beginning to wonder, Lake, we had full moon, warm weather, and we got rain coming tomorrow, and we got some cold weather coming for the rest of the week, and I think with what little bit of rut activity we've seen, I think the next 5 to 7 days are going to be action-packed for us. I'm looking forward to it.
What's going on?
Well, we had a tornado come through and we have no power. So we are getting the TV set up, one lamp, the cell phone booster. You hear the generator going, I just put up the gas, so the dish is on, look right there. We're gonna get the Saints game. Tornado came through, knocked all the lines down, and the generator running, lamps on. I mean, life's good, right? Perfect. I love it. I love it. Of course, we're in Mississippi and Louisiana right here, so we got to go for the Saints. And we got some deer sausage. We're going to the grill. Come on. Woo! There we go. Not a lot of trimming, but that's what we got. Saints football, one lamp. What more does a guy need? This ain't even roughing it. Right?
That's right.
The rut. Sign me up, coach. Put me in, coach. I tell you what the po folks doing. They eating deer sausage, watching the Saints game right now with no power. That's what they do. It's certainly a lot different weather-wise than it was a day ago, 2 days ago. We had some bad storms come through. Yesterday afternoon and last night, tornadoes knocked all the power out, but it's about 40, 45 degrees, which we have been hunting in 70-degree weather. Got a north wind blowing just like this. Water's 5 yards behind us, and you can see the trails in here where these deer walking this water, and acorn trees all up down this edge, scrapes, rubs. We just gotta have one moving. Actually, Lake and I saw a really nice buck with a doe not far from here. The other morning we were about 400 yards, kind of to the northwest of here. A doe. Shooter right behind her. Shooter for real. On the other side of the water right there. Doe's coming down. And I just caught a glimpse of him. I mean, that bush of him. I see the doe. Yeah, walking right down the water. Isn't it cool when you see one? And that deer's 400 yards from us. Was 300, but probably 400 now. He's following that doe, but he's not pushing her. Typical way a mature deer does. He'll just, when she stops, he stops, but he just stays right behind her. And the deer was between us and this set, so he could have come right by here. It could be in this little block of woods, who knows? But it's probably several different mature bucks in here. But I like our setup. We just gotta get some deer on their feet, walking around. I think we need to kind of wake one up. Like, right down the edge of the water. Buck, good buck coming, right there. Off the edge of the water, right there. Dang, he's coming straight to the tree, too. No, don't go behind us.
For all models of the Generation 3 trigger stick, as seen on The Truth, visit primos.com. This segment of The Truth is brought to you by Ozonics and Tight Spot Quivers. Brad and Lake have had a tough week here on Togo Island. Unseasonably warm weather, a full moon, the rising river, tornadoes, and no electricity can make a man want to pack up and head to the house. But like Brad said earlier, if it wasn't for the struggles, we wouldn't truly appreciate the blessings when they come. And that blessing came with a big bang earlier in the week.
You know, if it wasn't for struggles, the rewards like this wouldn't be near as good, you know? Because we sure been struggling. That's the first deer I've shot this year.
Now with his bow in hand, Brad is hoping all the work they put into hanging this setup earlier in the week will pay off on this cold north wind morning.
I think we need to kind of wake one up. Right down the edge of the wall. Buck, good buck coming, right there. Good deer. I think he's old enough too. Oh, he's coming. You got him. Dang, he's coming straight to the tree too. No, don't go behind us. Matt. What? I got it. Fell right there, like. He had me tied up for a second, dude. He had me tied up for a second. He almost came too perfect. I mean, it's a great calling spot because it's thick in here. We still have people ask, how does it work? And I'm telling you, for years, it don't matter where you are in Kansas, in Mississippi, in Montana, wherever. If you sound like a buck chasing a doe, that's all you do, just a few grunts and a few bleats with the can. We should rename this the Magic Can, because this thing has brought us some really good hunts over the years. I mean, he knew within 8 yards of where that sound came from. Got right there. Boy, he was looking around, and I almost wondered if he saw a deer up there, but you know, he was just looking, and I guess he thought maybe that deer was over in all that thick stuff, and he turned, and I stopped him right there. Pop. I guess our plan worked pretty good, huh? I'll take it all day, bro. I'll take it all day. Like, you might need to come around here. I want to talk about bow hunting and I don't focus on the entrance as much as I focus on the exit. So you want to aim for your exit. So you can see, if you look at this right here, you're like, ooh, that's high. And it is high, top third. But he's, you know, I'm 20 foot up in a tree. He's quartering away from me. And I was aiming through him at the offside shoulder. I mean, that's kind of where my eye was. And I had that pin to come out, and you can look, come out right at the bottom of his offside shoulder. So if you remember to do that, I'd bow hunting so much fun. We got him, a December Mississippi River bottom buck. Man, oh man, am I proud of that. He was aggressive though. He was coming to them calls looking. That time of year, time for him to come in and check things out. A December morning in the 40s. It was 70s yesterday, had a front come through, bad weather last night, tornadoes, and knocked our power out. That's okay. We got up this morning to a new day, some cold weather, and a fun Togo hunt. That was good, dude. So thankful. Can't wait to tell the boys.